Alright guys, we got a long one here for you. Versus Skips the Kid, I guess is what he's going for. Um, I was expecting a hypnosis, so I went to Blastoise because he sleeps anyway. And he used Tailwind, which is kind of weird. And then he U-turns out. So I was still expecting hypnosis, but he U-turns out. I was thinking, see, right there, I was like freaking out on Toxic. I was thinking, maybe I'll poison whatever comes in. And it turns out it's a Metagross, so it was better that I went with Surf. And I don't remember what happened next here. I guess Protect to see what was going on. And I think no, I thought he had used Zen Headbutt or something weird like that. He goes back to this guy, so I'm like, okay, I'll just stay in and get slept. Turns out he doesn't even have hypnosis. Like, this whole time I was always afraid of hypnosis. He never even used it once. So I stay in, get poisoned, and I'm like, that's not too bad because I get rest anyway. So then he confuses me with Confuse Ray really annoys me. But anyway, he turns out, and I Surf again, trying to put some damage on something. And I didn't want to use Toxic in case the Metagross came back in. So yeah, see right there. I wasn't expecting. See, I'm recording it a different way, or recording voiceover a different way than I usually do. So, because usually it's live. This is not live. This one's already recorded. He brought in a Yanmega, and I took a beastie chunk out of that with Surf. It protects to get the speed boost, but I switched, so it fails. And I'm thinking maybe I can like come pretty close to KOing it with extreme speed. So I went with that, hoping that he would stay in. And in comes something that I don't normally see, or no one really normally sees, at Lantern. So I'm like, and I almost went to Blastoise. Then I realized this thing was like electric as well, so that would have been horrible. So I switched to Zodiac there, and he gets a crit, which didn't feel all that great, but it didn't really do too much to the battle, or to Zodiac in this battle. I wanted to set up a couple Calm Minds, but then I decided to just Psychic in case he switched or something, because I don't know, I just thought he might switch. And then I had to rest and restore there. And he brings in Spiritomb after hitting me a couple times. And I go with Signal Beam just to see how much damage it would do, see if it was physical or special. It seems like it's more on the special side. So I tried to not poison it, burn it. And it didn't really work. Yeah, he should have pursued it. It would have been a lot better if he had done that, for him anyway. He tries to Will-O-Wisp something because he knew I was going to switch. And I bring a Blastoise who's already poisoned, so that helps a little bit for me. And then I rest off the poison, and he Pain Splits. And as I come into Venusaur, he uses Curse. So I'm like, question mark? But it actually kind of helps him a little bit, but I mean, not as much as something else. Like Pursuit. Pursuit would have been better in that position, I guess. So I try to get something slept. Yawn. So I try to get something slept, and in comes the Metagross. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna switch out, and then later on I'm gonna try to bring him in for see if I can heal him. That's the only reason I have Synthesis on him. I could put anything else there, really. Probably Hidden Power Ice would be better. I expect him to switch, so I go with Will-O-Wisp. He doesn't switch, so I just use Flamethrower. And right here, for whatever reason, I use Thunderbolt, which is dumb, because he switches back into Lantern. And I was thinking at the last second, I was like, oh, Lantern's going to come in and get healed. But it didn't work. So I go for a Will-O-Wisp, hoping to do something cool, like burn it, and what happens? Miss. Hits me with a Surf, does 171, and right there, 171, that puts a thing in my mind that I can survive another one, thinking that it was only 107 later on. So that's bad news because I predicted wrong, but later on. But Metagross wakes up and tricks a choice band on me, which I'm like, that's lame. So you gotta switch out. And I think this is where I try to synthesis. No, I try to sleep something else because I noticed that everything else was awake. So try to sleep something before I die. Puts Crobat to sleep, which was good because I still thought this thing could sleep. The whole battle, I thought that thing could sleep something. So I go into Dynamo here. This guy pretty much is the MVP of the match. Yeah, right here my battery started to die on my laptop. I was like, well, not started to die, but it was going low. So I used Crunch, I think, here. I thought I used Crunch. No, that's next time. Okay. This time I used Extreme Speed thinking I would take out or hurt Crobat or take something out. But he switched into Spiritomb and it didn't hurt. And this guy keeps telling me to use Flare Blitz. I don't like Flare Blitz because sometimes it's worth it, but no, not in my cases. So I go back to Venusaur and I actually get up Synthesis, and he puts up a sub, which I'm like, that's kind of scary. So he goes and starts paint splitting, and then he curses. Paint split curse, that's kind of a cool little combo there. I guess I can see what he's going for. I go for Crunch this time, do some damage, and I crunch the Crobat again. So I'm like, I gotta leave due to curse, and go into Matilda, who hasn't seen battle yet, I believe. I thought I went into Matilda. I guess not. Oh well. He wakes up and U-turns back into Spiritomb, and I put up a Calm Mind. And at this point I'm thinking it has Sucker Punch or something like that, but it turns out it doesn't have that either. I don't even think it had a dark move on it. But I hit Spiritomb with a Signal Beam, which was kind of cool, and it confused it. So I'm like, alright, this can be good. And he switches into Yanmega, which can be bad. But I have one Calm Mind, so I can survive it. And he goes back into Crobat again. And obviously here comes the U-turn, so I gotta switch out. And go into Weezing. And here is where I thought the 107 thing there. So I was like, I can survive this and gain some leftovers off it. And no. See, I thought the 107 was kind of near around what it was, so I thought maybe I could survive. But it turns out it was like 179. So not even close. I bring in Matilda now. And I think he gets a pair of hacks here with Thunderbolt. This is the second one he's got. I don't know why I was thinking Taunt for whatever reason. Maybe I thought he was gonna rest or something like that. He thought I was going to hit him and rest. But that's not the case. He Thunderbolts and gets some pair of hacks. I hit him with a Shadow Ball. And then the same things happen again, but I finish him off. Or he gets finished off from Burn. And I think I would have survived that little U-turn there, even with only 42 HP. But he gets a crit, finishes me off anyway. So I bring in Arcanine, and this is where I'm really thinking Sucker Punch is coming. So I go Crunch anyway, just to see what happens. Hopefully, or I was hoping that I could take it out. And I have Intimidate. I thought I had Flash Fire. I guess not. Anyway, I take it out with Crunch. And then I'm like, okay, there's one more I haven't seen yet. And I thought this was coming in right here. So I go to Zodiac, take the U-turn, Spotter. But he doesn't U-turn, which is cool. Your Arcanine sucks. My Arcanine does not suck. It actually wins the match for me. I hit with Psychic, thinking it was still going to switch with U-turn, and he doesn't, which I think kind of cost him the game, but then again, I don't know. I go to this guy, the last gasp kind of thing, because one's asleep, one's almost dead, and he's paralyzed. So I'm like, and he's choiced, so he manages to survive that and puts him to sleep. And so now I'm hoping and praying that this thing doesn't wake up. Just extreme speeding, and those two pretty much did it, because now he's done. He's done to 27. The other two did 36 and 37. So took him out there and finished off the match with extreme speed. So there you go. That's the match. Catch you guys later.